As many of you know, a couple of years ago we had a break-in at our home. The thing about a break-in is it makes you feel very vulnerable afterwards. It's kind of surprising. And we have 3 kids, and of course my wife was on edge for a while. And to be honest, I don't think we've ever really recovered fully, because it just kind of brings the reality of what can happen, that your home can be violated at any time. But the great thing is we had a lot of support from a lot of viewers, of course friends and family, and even some of the companies that some of the stuff that I'd lost. We lost about $3,500 worth of just different things. Of course we have insurance, but one thing we didn't have was a security system, and because we just moved into the house and we hadn't gotten it yet. Since that time we've remedied a lot of things to secure the house even more. One of the funny things is I interrupted the burglar when I came home. Like I say, I was only gone for an hour. I raised the electric garage door opener to get to our small puppy that we had just gotten, and just a few months old. It was a white German Shepherd. And when I went to let him out, the burglar heard it and went out the window of the kitchen, which ended up cutting his hand. And our local law enforcement was able to use the DNA from that cut to find him, to apprehend him, and to charge him. And it was one of those things that just all came together. But one thing that was taken, which was really a prized possession of mine, was a Browning High Power. It was one of the practical models, and I've been searching for one. They're fairly difficult to find, but I've been searching for one for a while. The prices are kind of high, and just hadn't replaced it. So one of my friends on Facebook, and he's actually a viewer that I friended, and we've been in contact some, sent me a picture of something. He said, "Don, I want to talk to you about something." And he sent me a picture of this, and this is just like the High Power that I lost. Obviously it's not the same gun, but a really beautiful practical. Chris lives on the other side of the country, and this is a gun that he had given to his father. His father recently passed away. Chris, being a pretty big guy, said that the hammer bites his hand, and he just got to where he wouldn't shoot it. But yet it meant a lot to him. One of the cool things about it is he said, "I wanted to send this to you, or I thought you might be interested, and not just send this to somebody I don't know," being from his dad. So Chris and I made a little trade, and I sent him a firearm and he sent me this, and we were both very happy. But the big story of this video is guys, first off, I really appreciate all the support, all the relationships that I built. I know that sometimes our channel is pretty big, and a lot of times I can't get to everybody. And I apologize, because I really wish I could. But honestly, I could spend 40 hours a week just contacting and staying in touch with people. But those relationships mean a lot. One of the things about social media is you come into contact with people that you never would otherwise. And you learn things, and you hear things, you understand things. You have people watching your back. A lot of guys will get in touch with me about certain things. And it's just been very refreshing. YouTube can be kind of tough sometimes. If you have the trolls, or people make really rude comments and things like that, they can sometimes be out front. But to be honest with you, that's 1% of the total. By and large, the people on YouTube that I've come in contact with and other social media have just been great. And really, guys, I'll tell you, we need to value people. I mean, things like this is really a great firearm. It's something that I'm really excited about getting back. But it's people and relationships that are more important than that. And that's really what I want to talk about. Guys, we buy guns for a number of different reasons. A lot of times we'll buy them, of course, obviously for self-defense. A lot of times we collect guns. Sometimes we just enjoy the shooting sports in general, hunting and all the other things. But there are certain firearms that can really mean a lot to you, because firearms are heirloom pieces. If you keep them, it's something that can be passed down, and it's something that's very important. In fact, I have some firearms from both of my grandfathers that are just, they're priceless. I wouldn't get rid of those. I would trade all of my guns for those, and they aren't necessarily the highest of quality because of what they meant to me. That's one thing about, and I've already talked to Chris about this. I said, I want to show the picture that you sent. This is Chris and his dad. His dad passed away last year of cancer, and The thing that I really want to portray here is what his dad meant to him. And now he wants to follow in all the values that his dad passed down, passing down those values. That's what makes this firearm, to me now, a very special firearm that I will never get rid of. I mean, it means a lot. Material things, you know, like I said earlier, they pass away, but this kind of stuff right here doesn't. I mean, this is forever. So I took the Browning out to the range and shot it, and I'll tell you guys, if you've never shot or owned a Browning High Power, I highly recommend it. These are not inexpensive, and one of the things about Chris, he offered this gun to me at a fantastic price. And in fact, it was about $400 less than what the actual value was. And so instead, he did say, hey, I would be open to a trade. So I was able to trade to him the true value of this gun. And, you know, it was just really a great thing. He and I have talked quite a bit on the phone. In fact, one of the things that I've encouraged him, and I want to take time to encourage all of you to do, if you're into guns, you like guns, you know, there's nothing wrong with starting a YouTube channel and making your voice heard and just making the Second Amendment a very important part of who you are. Because, guys, this is something that we pass down also to future generations. It's really important for us to remain free, and the firearm ownership is a key component of being free. This gun represents Chris's dad, who owned this gun, and he was a firearm aficionado, loved them, carried every day, and you know, standing for the Second Amendment. And he passed that down to his son, just like I'm passing it down to my sons and hopefully my grandchildren. So, you know, we're not guaranteed these rights because there's a lot of forces right now that are out to change it. So stand for the Second Amendment. One of the things that I told Chris, because on the phone we were talking, he has a really good grasp of firearm knowledge. I mean, we had a great time, a number of times talking. And he sent a really detailed letter, handwritten letter that was just incredible. And I told him, I said, you need to definitely start your own YouTube channel and share with others what you know. It's one of the things I did. Guys, I'll tell you, you know, when people ask me, you know, why did you start your channel and what all did you do? And guys, I just started seeing videos of people shooting and just decided to start my own channel. I said, hey, I like guns. I can shoot too, and I'll show off my stuff. Almost like a show and tell. And, you know, some of us, you know, have a knack for it and we do a lot of things. Others, you know, just do it for fun as a hobby. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's really the way I started it and really the heart of what I do now. I don't want to belabor this, but guys, I'm just telling you there's a lot of things that are important, and being a real person to the people that are in your life is more important than stuff. And guys, I talk about a lot of stuff, but you know what? There's all the stuff that I own, I would trade in tomorrow for the life of my child or my wife or my family. So make sure that you show them that importance, because guys, we're not promised tomorrow, and you never know what it's going to bring. And yes, the gun is unloaded. So guys, as much as we love shooting firearms, collecting them, buying them, trading them, just enjoying the Second Amendment, there is never a substitute for personal relations, whether it's family, friends, and really with Chris, what his father meant to him really makes this gun even more special. Just like the M1 carbine that I gave my dad. And you know, one of these days, you know, I'm going to receive that one back, and it's going to be a priceless heirloom. So I really want to say a huge thank you to Chris for this wonderful offering. And Guy, I'm going to really enjoy it. For you guys watching this video, make sure that you take time with family and friends and build those relationships, because guys, you can't take this with you. So to family and friends, a big thumbs way up. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. The action is so smooth. And that dude cutting the grass, I mean, he was cutting the grass this morning. I mean, his yard's not that flipping big.